Hello everyone, this is Godzilla Wolf 1, and I'm here with another mod showcase. And I'm also no longer a vampire. See, told you the doctor said I'd be okay in a week. And I find it ironic that the one time I actually did go on a blood-filled rampage, it was in a video where I was possessed by Herobrine or something. Go to NSG Cake Master's channel, you can see it there. Anyway, today I am doing a mod showcase on the Cartoon Weapons mod. Now, what the Cartoon Weapons mod does is it adds, well, 24 weapons from various cartoons, anime, and, well, 1 or 2 video games. I'm not sure about Fire Emblem, because there was actually a Fire Emblem anime. You didn't know that, did you? You learn things. Anyway, now you're probably asking, Ken, if this is the Cartoon Weapons mod, why are you standing outside of a poorly built Minecraft house? Well, I'm standing outside of a poorly built Minecraft house because, well, with Bibliocraft installed, you need Bibliocraft to do this properly. I can actually do something that I've always wanted to do in Minecraft. Flip the switch, drop down, and hidden armory under my floor. This is something I've always wanted to do in Minecraft, but this is probably one of the few mods I feel like this is worth doing just for the sake of having it. Because seriously, if I was doing a mod survival with this, I would definitely want to make an armory of all these awesome swords. Awesome swords. But essentially, that's what this does. It adds awesome swords. Now, they don't have special effects or anything, but they do all have inherent enchants. And some of them are very high-powered weaponry. The first sword is Scarlet, which is Fenn's first sword from Adventure Time. And this is why I installed Bibliocraft, because this gives you a pretty good idea of what the sword looks like. And probably better than me just looking at it in my inventory. But basically, this is Fenn's first sword from the Cartoon Network show Adventure Time. And you craft Scarlet with 2 blocks of gold, 2 obsidian, and 2 redstone and a stick. Now, it only does 7 damage, but it inherently has knockback 2 and looting 3. So, yeah, looting 3 is actually pretty good. Now, over here we have my test dummy creator thing. And, like I said, it's about as strong as the diamond sword. But, as you can see, it does have looting 3, which is probably going to be pretty dang useful, honestly. And I feel kind of justifies it. And plus, if you find a blacksmith shop, you can get the obsidian easily. And it's another use for gold, so yeah, that's always a good plus. Plus, it has, I think, 1,000 durability or so, which is a lot more than a gold sword, so yeah, pretty good. Now, there actually is an upgraded version of this, which I did not put out because it's kind of, in the show this was unstable, so if I put it out, it would probably destroy the world or something. Which is Scarlet 4D, which is a 4th dimensional version of it, with Knockback 2, Sharpness 5, Fire Aspect 5, Bane of Arthropods 2, and Smite 5. To craft it, you will need 1 Nether Star, 3 Iron Ingots, 4 Obsidian, and a Diamond, so insanely expensive, but it also does 23.25 attack damage. So, spawn a zombie in here, bang, zombie dead. I feel I need an iron golem just to demonstrate how powerful this sword is. So, yeah, let's get in an iron golem and smite it. So, yeah, this is a very strong weapon, but very expensive. And in the show would probably accidentally destroy the world somehow. But, yeah, it's a pretty cool sword. And I think it's the strongest sword in the mod, if I'm not mistaken. Let me do a quick check. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the strongest sword in the entire mod. I might be mistaken about that due to the enchants. But yeah, 4th dimensional version of Scarlet. The next sword is the Root Sword, which I believe was Finn's 2nd sword, or just a sword he used alongside Scarlet. I'm not sure. But, simple looking sword. Only does 4 attack damage, but it has looting 1. Now, to craft it, you will need 3 wood, 2 sticks, and 4 grass blocks. Now, I think the grass blocks are the only real problem with this, because to get grass blocks, you need a Silk Touch pick, and this sword does 4 attack damage and just has looting 1. So I kind of think that should be dirt blocks. I really do. But, still a useful sword. And if somehow you can get a silk touch on a pickaxe before you get a diamond sword or an iron sword, that's pretty good, I guess. But I think really the thing is, it just looks cool. That's really all there is to it. It looks cool. Now, technically I messed up the order of these two. Professionalism! But the next one is the Demon Blood Sword. Now, the Demon Blood Sword was the ancestral sword that Finn eventually got, I believe in either Season 2 or 3 or 4, I don't remember which. But it's made out of demon's blood in the show. However, in this, it's made out of 2 redstone, 1 spider eye, 2 netherrack, 2 sticks, 1 rotten flesh, and 1 bone. And it does 8 attack damage, so yeah, I think that's worth it, because if you think about it, you're probably going to need to go to the nether first, so you would need diamond, so it makes sense that the demon sword would be stronger than a diamond sword, in my opinion. But anyway, get in a zombie, does 12 attack damage on a zombie due to the smite. I believe it would also do a lot of damage to a spider, so let me grab a spider really quick. I'm pretty sure this thing will one-shot a spider, or at least make it have a very bad day. So yeah, it one-shots a spider, and did it just put slowness on it? Hang on. That is weird, because it's not putting it on the zombies at all, but for some reason, the spider, for a split second, seemed to have slowness on it. That is weird. Anyway, Demon Blood Sword. And the modeling on this one is pretty dang awesome, because it even got the little symbol there. That's pretty impressive, honestly. Now, next is Finn's Grass Sword, which was kind of his big upgrade item, so this is actually kind of disappointing. It only does 2 damage and has knockback 1. I honestly think if this are grass blocks, it needs to be a bit stronger than that. I think this one's okay to have grass blocks, but I think it really needs a lot more attack power. But it does have a good model. It does look like the one in the show. It's just not very powerful, is the issue, which is kind of disappointing because in the show, this was probably his strongest weapon. I mean, this was really the strongest sword Finn's gotten up to this point. So, 2 damage, kind of disappointing, but really awesome look. I just feel it needs to do a lot more damage. And I think the grass blocks is actually useful because, well, you need Silk Touch. The next sword is Jake's sword from Adventure Time also. And this one's actually kind of creepy because it has an eye in the hilt. So, yeah, that's kind of creepy. To craft Jake's sword, you need 2 iron ingots, 2 netherrack, 3 bones, and 2 sticks. And it does 9 attack damage. I think the Demon Blood Sword should probably do a little more. But it has knockback 2 and fire aspect 5. I don't remember the context of this from the show, so it might actually supposed to be that strong, but I kind of feel like that the Demon Blood Sword should be stronger. Next weapon is Grim Scythe from the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Now, I think that the blade needs to be redone because it's not supposed to be black, but it's still an awesome weapon. It is crafted with 2 iron blocks, 4 obsidian, and 3 sticks. And it does 16.25 attack damage, which I believe is because it has sharpness 5 and it has knockback 2. So, get a zombie in here. It's not as powerful as Scarlet 4D, but it still does a lot of damage, and it's kind of just awesome to have. Because it kind of shows that this is a very varied mod, that it even has a scythe from a show that is pretty old by now, I think. But you'll see something else cool shortly about that. But I just think it's kind of cool that that's in the mod. And I can understand why it's so powerful, because in the show that was, like, wicked. Next weapon is Grim Scythe from the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Now, I think that the blade needs to be redone, because it's not supposed to be black. But it's still an awesome weapon. It is crafted with 2 iron blocks, 4 obsidian, and 3 sticks. And it does 16.25 attack damage, which I believe is because it has sharpness 5 and it has knockback 2. So, get a zombie in here. It's not as powerful as Scarlet 4D, but it still does a lot of damage, and it's kind of just awesome to have. Because it kind of shows that this is a very varied mod, that it even has a scythe from a show that is pretty old by now, I think. But you'll see something else cool shortly about that. But I just think it's kind of cool that that's in the mod. And I can understand why it's so powerful, because in the show that was, like, wicked powerful. The next is the Tensa Sangetsu from Bleach, which I believe is Ichigo's main sword, maybe. I don't watch a lot of Bleach. I only watch what my friend sends me, so I don't really know. But it is crafted with 5 blocks of iron, 2 sticks, and 2 redstone. And I think that's kind of fair, because an iron sword does 6 damage. This does as much as a diamond sword. So, yeah, it does as much as a diamond sword. So I think that's kind of fair, because iron's so much more abundant than diamond, so you'll probably come across enough iron to make this fairly easily. And it inherently has knockback 2. So, yeah, does the best as a diamond sword. Pretty cool weapon. I'm pretty sure some Bleach fans will probably think this should do more, but you'll see in a second why I think that's okay. The next weapon is the Tensa Sangetsu Bankai, also from Bleach. I believe this is an upgraded version of the Tensa Sangetsu. But to craft it, you will need 4 iron blocks, 2 and 4 obsidian, and 1 redstone. Now, it does 9 attack damage and has fire aspect 3 on it. So, yeah, I can ruin a zombie's day with this thing. So, yeah, I think that's a pretty decent upgrade. I don't know if this is actually what they're supposed to look like, because I don't watch Bleach. So, I don't know, but it's still a cool sword to have. And I'm pretty sure the modeling is correct to the pictures I was able to find, at least of one of them. The next weapon is the Full Bring Sword, also from Bleach. Pretty cool looking weapon, and is crafted with a lot of iron blocks and 2 obsidian, and 1 stick, but who cares about the stick? And it is knockback 2, so yeah, I'm not so sure about this one, because it does less than a normal iron sword, but maybe that has something to do with the show itself, I don't know. However, you do need to craft the Full Bring Sword to get something better, the Full Bring Tensa Zangetsu, which you can kind of tell is an evolution of that because they look very similar. But it does 16.75 attack damage, and is crafted with 1 diamond, the Full Bring Sword, and the Tensa Zangetsu. And it has knockback 2, sharpness 3, and fire aspect 3. So, yeah, I think crafting the Full Bring Sword is pretty worth it just for this weapon, because this weapon is pretty dang awesome. However, there is one more weapon from Bleach, which is the Full Bring Tensa Zangetsu Batai. And I don't know if that's supposed to be spelled Zangetsu. Like I said, I've not watched much Bleach, but that's how it's spelled when you wield the sword, so that's what I'm going with. And it only does 15 damage default, but it also does not have Sharpness 3 on it. Instead, it has Smite 3, which this one does not have. Yeah, this one does not have it. So, if I hit a zombie with this one, it only does 16 damage. If I hit it with this one, it one-shots it. So, yeah. If you're going against general mobs, this one's probably better. But if you're going against zombies, this one is definitely better because it one-shots them. Next is the Mananado Sword. I'm sorry if I mangled that. I am not good at Japanese pronunciation. But it's from Xenoblade, and to craft it, you will need 4 diamonds, 2 redstone, 2 spider eyes, and 1 stick. But this also does 14.25 attack damage, has smite 5, sharpness 5, and fire aspect 3. So, yeah, this is not a weapon I would want to be in the middle of getting attacked by. Yeah, it's not as strong as Scarlet is, as 4-dimensional Scarlet is, but it's still probably one of the more powerful weapons in this mod, so that recipe is pretty actually balanced in my opinion. Next is the Sword of Kusanage from Naruto, which is crafted with 4 diamonds, 2 iron blocks, and 2 obsidian, and I think this one needs to be either nerfed a little bit in the recipe, or it needs more simpler recipe, because this one does more damage and everything, but is also a lot stronger for less stuff. So yeah, I don't feel this one's really worth it because, well, it does a lot of damage to zombies. The other one was just demolishing everything. So I think maybe this one needs to be given a cheaper recipe or do more damage. Still pretty cool model on it. Next is the Espadita Verdicia and Espadita Azulicia. Now, I have absolutely no idea what these are from. I honestly could not find out a thing where these two swords are from. They could be from Pokemon the Musical for all I know. Yes, Pokemon the Musical is a thing. You learn things. Anyway, the Espadita Verdicia, I'm pretty sure this and the next weapon are specialty swords. The mod creator made a few swords for people that I think donated, so that might be what these are from. I don't know. But to craft the Espadita Verdicia, you need 2 emeralds, 5 iron blocks, and 2 obsidian, and it does 11 attack damage and has fire aspect 3. Which, considering you can make this by finding a village and finding some good trades, I can kind of see why it only does 11 attack damage, and fire aspect 3 is still pretty good. Now, the Espadita Azulicia is actually got a pretty cool model. I will say that. That model is pretty dang cool. Now, it does 8 attack damage and is knockback 2, and is crafted with, I believe, 6 blocks of lapis lazuli, and 2 iron blocks, and 1 stick. And, you know, there's not many uses for lapis, so that's probably a pretty good recipe. Plus, the sword looks pretty dang awesome. I think one of the main draws of this sword is to just make a huge collection of swords from various media. I think that's probably your best reason to grab this mod. Next is this sword, which I'm not even going to try to pronounce. I've tried to pronounce it like 3 times and horribly mangled it each time. So I'm not going to say it because Fire Emblem fans will probably crucify me for getting it wrong. It's that sword. It's from Fire Emblem. That's what it looks like. One thing I really do like about this mod is the parts of the swords you can actually see through. I just love that. It looks so cool. But anyway, this sword is from Fire Emblem, and it is crafted with 4 gold blocks and 4 iron blocks and 1 stick. Now, it does 13.25 attack damage, has sharpness 5 and bane arthropods 3. So, yeah, you're probably not going to use that gold for anything anyway, so I think this sword is actually pretty much worth it. Because it's pretty dang strong, and I'm pretty sure it will ruin a spider's day. So let's grab me a spider here. Yeah, it will one-shot spiders, and there's the slowness again. Does Bane of Arthropods do that, or is it just a weird thing? I don't know. But I think this is a pretty cool sword, gives you a use for gold, so why not make it? Next is Incurcio from Akame ga Kill. That's what it said on the forum post. Well, not the forum post, on the comment that requested this sword be added to the mod. But pretty cool design. Incurcio is crafted with 1 emerald, 1 diamond, 2 redstone, 2 obsidian, 2 iron blocks, and 1 stick, and it does 14.25 attack damage, has smite 5, sharpness 5, and fire aspect 3. So, yeah, pretty powerful sword, and one-shot zombies. So, yeah, I think this sword is worth it. The next sword is the Barbarian Sword from Uncle Grandpa, which I find it hilarious is in this mod, because I think this only showed up for like 1 episode. But pretty cool design, looks like the one from the show as best as a Minecraft sword can make it, though I think in the show this was considerably bigger. But to craft it, you'll need 4 netherrack, 2 bones, 1 stick, 1 rotten flesh, and 1 spider eye, which I think is pretty reasonable considering how you have to go through a lot of trouble to get to the nether, so it gives you a use for netherrack, if nothing else. And it has sharpness 2, sharpness 5, and does 15.25 attack damage. So, can ruin the day of a zombie fairly easily. And is overall just a cool and very amusing sword. Next is the Xenon Demon Blade, which is a specialty weapon someone that supported the mod requested being made. Looks pretty cool. Oops, you didn't see that, I grabbed the wrong sword. But it does 9 attack damage, has fire aspect 3, and is crafted with 3 obsidian, 4 iron ingots, 1 emerald, and 1 diamond. Not the strongest sword in the world, but 9 attack damage is still nothing to laugh at, and the fire aspect is pretty cool. Next is one of my personal favorite weapons in the mod, the Sword of Omens from Thundercats. And I love the model on this. I love Thundercats. It's one of my favorite shows from the 80s, and was it 80s or 60s? I can't remember. All I remember is it's an older show, I like it, and I grew up watching it. You now know how old I am. Actually, you probably don't, because I watched it on, I believe, Boomerang, so haha, you do not know how old I am. But anyway, this is a great model on it, and to craft it, you will need 5 iron, 1 diamond, 1 redstone, and 1 stick, and this just looks awesome. This thing is just... I cannot believe I'm holding this in a mod. I just love Thundercats. And you can rip apart a zombie pretty easy with it. It has sharpness 5, does 16.25 attack damage. And let's face it, it's the freaking Sword of Omens. How can you not want this? If you have this mod, this is just one of the biggest pop culture things you could ever make. And also, I talked to the mod creator, because in case you did not know, one of the reasons I'm doing this is because they're accepting suggestions for the mod. And I suggested the power sword, and he said he'd probably make it. So, once that update comes, you can dual wield, if you install Battle Gear, you can dual wield the Sword of Omens and the power sword. You did not see that. Once you do that, no force of evil will ever want to mess with you. Speaking of things that the forces of evil do not want to mess with, the next sword is Jack's sword from Samurai Jack. Which, I really hope the movie on that one goes through, because I really want to see it. But the Samurai Jack sword does 10 attack damage and has smite 5 on it. It's crafted with 2 iron ingots, 1 obsidian, and 2 gold ingots, so very affordable, very powerful, and it makes mincemeat of zombies. So let's spawn a ton of zombies in here. See how long it takes me to kill them. So yeah, this sword destroys zombies. I think this is probably one of my favorite swords, simply because I love Samurai Jack, and that sword is in here, and it's awesome. It's awesome. Now, if you're wondering why that has Smite 5 on it, I do actually know why, because in the show, Samurai Jack's sword could destroy all that is evil, so it makes sense that you could probably smite zombies with it. I did not know you could run on top of these. Anyway, the next weapon I'm not even going to try to pronounce, but it's from Sword Art Online. Now, a friend of mine will probably know what this is, but I do not watch Sword Art Online. I'm not a huge anime fan. There are only a few animes I watch, which is why I did not recognize a lot of these weapons. But it is an awesome model. I do admittingly love this model. There's just something inherently cool about pitch black swords. But to craft it, you will need 2 blocks of iron, 5 obsidian, and 2 diamonds. It only does 6 attack damage and has knockback 2 and Bane of Arthropods 3. I think this weapon needs to be powered up a little bit, but maybe there's something I'm missing from Sword Art Online. But it feels like it's too expensive to really use. Now, to truly test out how awesome you can be with these swords, I'm going to do one of the stupidest things in Minecraft. Use them to fight 100 zombies. Yes, I'm doing this. Even if I die, this will be in the recording. I am about to fight 100 zombies. I counted. So, game mode 0. Okay, using the bleach swords now, I believe, but they don't seem to be enough, I don't think. Oh dear. Why did I do this? This was not a good idea. Okay, switching to the 2 Espita swords. So many zombies! Why did I spawn this many zombies? I should not... Okay, time for the big guns. Okay, this was not a good idea. I am literally fighting 100 zombies with the Sword of Omens and Samurai Jack's sword. Okay, need to eat some steak here. Why did I fight this many zombies? So many zombies! Why did I fight this many zombies? Okay, my hands are becoming tired because of how many zombies I'm killing right now. And yes, I know I'm wearing diamond armor, but I don't think this would be physically possible if I wasn't. But yeah, I just felt that this was something I kind of had to do, considering the arsenal you can have if you have this this mod installed. I just felt that I had to do something crazy and epic, like fighting 100 zombies at the same time. Did I kill them all? Are they all dead? Did I just kill 100 zombies? Yeah, I just killed 100 zombies with the Sword of Omens, Samurai Jack sword, 2 probably custom swords, and two weapons from Bleach. Yeah, I did that. I didn't have to, but I wanted to, because with this many awesome weapons in the same mod, I had to end on something crazy like fighting 100 zombies at the same time. But yeah, with this you can kill 100 zombies. I think I proved that with these swords you can kill 100 zombies. I almost died, but I proved it. Anyway, this has been the Cartoon Weapons mod. I hope you enjoyed it. And I've got a lot of zombie meat to clean up. I'm trying to do my outro. Get away from me, skeleton. Anyway, this has been Godzilla Wolf 1. I hope you enjoyed this mod showcase. Bye! I still don't have a catchphrase.